in this video we are going to focus again on the deep front line. This line includes many of the deeper, more obscure muscles of the anatomy, and the fascial tissue that surrounds these muscles provides support, stabilization, and cushions everything that is attached to. For example, if we look at a bunion, which affects the metatarsophalangeal joint of the big toe, this can be an indication that there is a malfunction in this line of the body. Today we're going to use a TheraBand, a tennis ball, or if you have a soft reflex ball with the nodules on it. We're going to start by releasing the big toe, which, as I've explained, is part of the deep core line. So we want to apply a nice deep pressure into the big toe, along that joint, and down into the arch of the foot. So we can move into the arch of the foot, just massaging along that inside line of the foot. Take it up to the heel, and from the heel in towards the arch of the foot. Now you're going to take the ball behind the ankle bone, and I want you to massage behind the bone and start moving up the inside of the shin. So we want to again be behind the shin bone. Try relax, don't flex the foot too much. Try relax into that release. And just let the ball massage that deep core line. You're working right up towards the knee. And again, as I've mentioned in the previous videos, the fascial tissue does have 10 times more neural pathways in it than your muscles. So quite a sensitive area to be working with. But that will determine how much pressure you want to apply. Now we're moving along the inside of that leg. So again, apply as much pressure as you need and just work right into the hip. You can move in circular motions, roll up and down. If you do find a trigger point, somewhere that's a little bit more sensitive, lighten the pressure if you need to, and just move and focus on that area, just to help release it. That way it'll hydrate and stretch. Now from here, I want you to take the ball onto the glutes. So you're going to massage a little bit into the lateral side of the leg and over those glutes. Now this position that I'm sitting in is called a knee box position. So we want to try and open up as much as we can. If you're not comfortable sitting in this position, you can extend the leg, but try and rotate there. Keep the knee straight if you need to. Otherwise, if you can, I want you to bend that knee. And release the ball. Taking the hand onto the hip, I want you to push the hip forward. So we're getting a nice stretch into the front of that hip. So here we know that the diaphragm sits inside that hip bone. So another nice thing to do for the release is to bring the fingers inside that hip bone. And we are activating the glutes. So you're squeezing the glutes that you've just released with the ball and pushing forward, getting a nice stretch into the front of the hip. And those fingers will assist you to release the diaphragm. So just push forward. Now from there, you can come into a knee box position over to the other side. Take the reflex ball again, or the tennis ball, and massage over the big toe and around that joint there. Move into the arch of the foot and massage from that ankle bone into the arch of the foot. From the heel towards the arch. Get a nice release. Take the ball behind that ankle bone and massage along the inside line of the body behind that shin bone. Take the ball onto the knee and apply as much pressure as you can. Work along the inside of that leg. Bring the ball onto the glutes and just roll around that area, not forgetting that lateral side there. And massage up and down around the glutes there. Release the ball. You can bring your fingertips, your thumb onto the back and your fingertips right into the hip bone. And I want you to push the hip forward. Just loosen up that hip. Bounce and bounce. 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come into a seated position. Take your reflex ball or your tennis ball again, and I want you to actually sit on the ball, releasing the glutes at the back. And let's go over to the other side and do the same thing. Back and forth, side to side, and circle around. Another nice release you can do for the lateral side is bounce that knee out. So move the ball onto the side of the leg and bounce that knee out and in. We're going to do a bit of work now into the lateral side, strengthening the side of the leg into the glutes. And this is a nice release for that. Let's do the same thing to the other side. And bounce, bounce. Release the ball, put it over to the side. You're going to take your band now onto the big toes. And from here, you want to sit up nice and tall. Use your hands behind you if you need to, but focus on your posture. And now you're going to rotate from the hips. So the movement comes from the hips, and you're stretching the band. You should start to feel it working up the lateral side of the leg and onto the inside of that foot. This is a really nice strengthening exercise for the arch of the foot. Often in my practice, I see people where the arch of the foot is starting to drop, and that puts a lot of pressure on the knees and the hips. Keep going, a nice slow movement, sitting nice and tall again, and just bouncing into that rotation. You should feel the glutes activating as well. Keep going. 4 more, and 3, and 2. Hold it in that rotation and really give those toes a nice big stretch. And release. Take the band off and then just shake the legs out. That's it. It's just a nice simple release for the deep front line.